Hey guys, it's Apar. Today I'll be installing the new FluxBeam X version 2 on a 2017 Ford Fusion SE. The FluxBeam X version 2 is 15% more powerful than the previous generation FluxBeam X. They generate a max output of about 4,400 lumens per bulb. They're available in cool white, which I will be showing in this video, and also new for version 2 is a pure white option. Let's get started. In this kit, you'll be receiving 2 bulbs. If you order a motorcycle kit, you receive 1 bulb, but since I'm quite obviously working on a car, I need both of them. Also in the kit, you receive LED drivers that make sure that there are no error codes, because these bulbs take less power than the stock halogen bulbs on your car. Along with the drivers are some adapter cables that make sure that there's a smooth installation of the bulbs in your car. And you get zip ties as well, so that you can clean up nicely. Next, you will also need some gloves to make sure that you don't get finger oils on your bulbs so that it doesn't mess up the lifespan. And lastly, you will need something to poke holes into plastic. Personally, I'll be using a wood spade and a drill, but anything that's strong enough to poke holes into plastic will do. When you open the hood and look at the headlight housing, you will see 2 covered holes. One for the high beam and one for the low beam. The one closer to the fender is the low beam we will be working with. First, pop off the cover, which is just a small rubber piece that stops dust. Then put your hand into the housing and feel around for the bulb. Turn it counterclockwise until you feel it click, and it will come loose. It might seem easier to get the bulb out of the housing if you unplug it first, but if you drop it inside of the housing, it's a real problem trying to get it out. So don't unplug the bulb until after taking it out of the headlight housing. To unplug the bulb, just push down on this little tab and pull it out. So here's a side-by-side of the factory bulb and the LED. The new bulb, as you can see, is significantly larger than the original, so working with it in the tight space we have can be challenging, but it is doable. The bulbs both have these tabs which are used to lock them in place, so when you put the new bulb into the headlight socket, make sure to line these up. Once you get the bulb in there and lined up, turn it clockwise to lock into place. If you have trouble turning it, or if the bulb seal isn't sitting flush with the surface, your tabs aren't lined up. Next, get the LED driver and connect it with the bulb with the 2 small wires. Then, connect the other end to the car. Make sure to line up the small tabs so that it can lock into place and have the correct positive-negative connections. Grab a zip tie from the kit to organize the wires. Stuff the excess wiring into the headlight housing as there is plenty of open space by the bulb. Now we need to come back to the rubber dust cover we took off in the beginning. The LED bulbs need airflow to stay cool and prevent burnout, so you need to create holes in the cover to allow air into the housing. If you're making these with the drill like I did, don't go too fast through it. Let the drill bit eat at the rubber slowly or it'll just warp around the drill bit. Once you're done with the holes, you can fit the cover back onto the car. All right, so guys, we finished up on this side, and now we're gonna repeat the same process on the other side. While working on this side, I had trouble getting the bulb in the tight space, so instead of accidentally damaging the bulb while trying to get it in there, I just filed down the edge of the housing where the bulb was getting caught. The space is the same on both sides, but the angles are different, and for me this was just easier to do than wiggling the bulb around till it went in. This didn't affect the performance or integrity of the headlight in any way, and the dust cover went on just fine. As you can see, there's a huge difference between the factory halogen bulbs and the FluxBeam X version 2. The wider beam looks better and is clearly brighter, which translates to better visibility at night and a cooler looking car. I'll put a link in the description below if you'd like to buy your own set. Honestly, these bulbs are a great value for your money. The beam is a lot wider and noticeably further than the factory halogen bulbs. I'll be including more shots if you just keep watching this video of the car during nighttime and during some daytime shots. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.